Check, check. Get my comments back up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Check, check, check. Y'all let me know if we good. Y'all let me know if we good. How we doing? How we doing with the audio? How we doing? How we doing with the audio? Check, check. Is everything good with the audio? Is everything good with the audio? Everything sounds good now so far. Back on the scene, crispy clean. Back on the scene. Yes, sir. Thumbs up. Let's get it. Okay, I got a little bit of technical ability. I got a little bit of technical ability. As I'm hanging around, ruin your day all these years. I picked up a couple things. um, we should always look towards, people that know more than you do for advice and shit. Like I'll be bouncing things off of Ruin Your Day and other battlers and other league owners and other business people outside of battle rap and other successful people. That's how you build, man. Nothing new under the sun, like Nas said. You know what I'm saying? Expand. I was always that type of person. Always that type of person. I'm the person that go to church. I don't go to church anymore, but like let's say when I was younger, if I went to church, I could listen to a 2 hour long sermon, but only leave with like 40 seconds of something that I rocked with or agreed with. And then you apply that. Everybody is damn near a pot of gumbo, right? When you think about it, you got your father, you got your mother, you got your brothers, your sisters, your friends, your environment, all these things pouring into you, and it creates you how your experiences, and it creates who you are. And then you get old enough and strong enough to start to pick your own little lanes and directions and things, and that continues to mold who you are. You know what I mean? Don't be scared to ask people for advice. Don't feel like that makes you smaller as a person, or I had to get game from this person. Like, so what? So what? All right. Your audio on point and your camera is straight. Thank you. I appreciate it. Before I get into the things that y'all probably want to hear me talk about, the breakdown crew is in the building. Salute. Is there anything that you guys didn't catch or feel like you need to have reiterated from the last live that we just stopped 10 minutes ago? Is there anything that you feel unclear about? Anything that y'all agree or disagree with? Now, what the hell is ARP talking about? We back and the audio is crispy. Well, I got that live. That live is still on the channel right now. So I'll play it back myself and see if it should stay up or something like that when I get off of this one, I guess. But Showtime SP, what's up, G's? What's up, show? Good to see my fellow bloggers in the building. Beasley shot at you yesterday. Speak on it. What was the shot? ATL College Park. What was the shot? I seen the Hip Hop Israel in the 15 Minutes of Fame interview. What was the shot? There's always shots. We exchange shots. You know what I'm saying? For 9 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing new. Yeah, I mean, I don't ever get my feathers in a ruffle about no damn shots. What I care about is the sabotage stuff. When's the full Jim's interview dropping? So me and Jim's got some more pieces from our last sit down. Drop it. I mean, he's got footage and content that needs to go on his channel. I got some more that needs to go on my channel. We're recording another sit down tonight, and we got a bunch of more interesting topics that I'm showing, because that was the first one that we did. And I think now that we see the fans saying like, yo, ARP and Jim's got dope energy. We love hearing them go back and forth. They offset each other. You know what I'm saying? They have different perspectives on things, yet you could tell that they still fuck with each other and all that type of shit. I think it's dope. So Jim's is going to continue to do what he does on his channel as far as blogging and type of stuff that the jewels he drops, the bars he drops. Me, I'm gonna still be over here dropping battles and trailers and Sorry It's True podcast and talking about things that's interesting to me and all that. But we will continue to rock like within our own little sub series. ARP and Jim's. So I think that's dope. All the years behind me and Jim's, knowing each other and coming up in this game together. And here we are doing content, getting money together and all that type of shit. That's dope. So didn't they pay Hollow 90K to not battle on RBE? I don't think what Hollow tweeted was 90K. I think he tweeted like 15 or 18 or something like that. And he put like a piece of a contract up and stuff like that. Shout out to Caution. Caution is the GOAT. You always support others. Definitely. That's always been me. Your mamas, that's always been me. All right, so what do we want to talk about? Do we want to talk about, let's go to the Hitman and Eazy to block shit first. I see a lot of blogs going around, so I assume some of these people that are blogging have information that's coming from behind the scenes too. I'll start with one that I saw from Chris Unbiased. The title was Cease and Desist. If that is true, if let's say Eazy the Block Captain or I don't know, Chrome or somebody received their cease and desist, I can only offer some opinions. My bad, I got something in my eye. Something in my eye. My bad, y'all. I can only offer some opinions. Because of what I hear a lot, as I hear about a lot of agreements and contracts and deals that target RBE. So like let's say for example, I hear and you see battlers publicly say, and there's a lot of it. There's a lot of it saying that could battle anywhere except for RBE. And once upon a time, I believe we heard a lot of battlers say that King of the Dot was in that grouping as well. But mostly we hear RBE. Can't battle on RBE. I heard a rumor that a stipulation of not being able to battle on RBE and then something else that just doesn't fall into the same terms of Eazy the Block Captain versus Hitman Holla. So for me, the outside looking in, just as another blogger, paying attention to all of this dust up, I'm curious what the issue is. If there's really an issue, I didn't see somebody from URL address this yet, but there's already tons of blogs out. I seen the tweet from Hitman Holla. I listened to the spaces from Hitman Holla. So there must be something going on for Hitman to tweet that, or for all these bloggers to be talking about that. Something must be going on. So from the outside looking in, I'm not sure what the problem would be, because Chrome 23 isn't RBE. Eazy the Block Captain. I'm gonna assume that he's a signed battler over there. But once again, I'm just going on what I hear so much. People always say that you just can't battle on RBE. RBE is specifically targeted in negotiations and deals and contracts, verbally and on paper. That's what I continue to hear throughout the battle rap culture. So then I start to think, if all of this is true from all these blogs and all the stuff that I'm seeing, it starts to make me think about, like, what's the relationship between Chrome 23 and URL? My brother, my sister, I'm here to support, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I'm being sarcastic for the moment. I actually put that blog out in October when I was talking about Av. And once again, none of this stuff was created by RBE. This is just me responding as a blogger and a podcaster to all the things that everybody else is seeing that's public. When Av was doing his spaces and he was having his call outs of his personal issues with his deal or his situation, all the block people responded. I responded to that too. And I was just like, that's a little weird, because what people were speculating from the information that I was gathering on the internet was that Av, and I think Av said this out of his own mouth. Now he's in the deal, so he's got to be close to the activity. So he's got to be somewhat credible. No, unless he's just making shit up. He was saying that because he battled, I think, Official on Chrome 23, he felt a change in energy after that. He felt that there was the relationship was changed or different, whatever. And this is one of the problems with people not having contracts and deals with specifics. Let me get off track for a second. When you have these contracts that are open-ended, you're not guaranteed a certain amount of money. You're not guaranteed to get paid at certain increments of the year. For example, for a battle deal, 12-month term. Okay, pay me first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. Whether I get on that stage or not, it becomes your responsibility to actually book me in a battle and not sit me on a shelf. That type of stipulation. Also, the opponents, whether it's a list of like, let's say 10 opponents, and we're going to at least get 4 out of these 10, or even a tiering of opponent, all top tiers or whatever, right? End dates, when this contract is over. People are asking questions about like the Cassidy and Freeway thing. Like, when does this contract expire? If it did or it did, I don't know. I don't have the contract. I didn't read the contract. I don't know nothing. I'm just speculating from what I see in the public. But if I was Cassidy, 3 months after the announcement, it's past a year, I would be asking those questions, or I would have it in my contract. I would know the answer to these things. Like when I see the interviews from these owners in these on these channels saying, "Oh, now pardon to Cass, we're still trying to get it done." If I'm Cass, I'm just like, does my contract say that anything makes you stand on what you're telling the public? You know what I'm saying? So these are the type of things that need to be in people's contracts. Even, and once again, verbal communications and deals and agreements are contractual as well. They hold up in many states. I'm saying verbal. You know what I mean? Like you look at some of Chris's breakdowns for the Norbs and URL stuff. And when you see Beasley on The Untold Truth verbally saying Norbs is a partner, of course, I'm gonna assume that Norbs' lawyers would probably use that. You know what I'm saying? Because verbal stuff is applicable in the legal system. So contractual, verbal, when I say contractual, I mean like paperwork wise or whatever. And then verbal wise, whatever is going on and what we continue to hear behind the scenes as well as in the public about, it's just be no RBE. I see bloggers say it all the time. No RBE. Battlers say that all the time. No RBE, but do you? And then there's supposedly this this relationship between Remy and the other owners. We see it, right? I know smoke and mirrors are smoke and mirrors. I'm being sarcastic, but we see it, right? Looks like a thing of beauty. But I said this in my October blog. Let me tell you something once again, because I'm not on my follow the imitators mode right now. Like I said, I got like 10 more of those lined up in my phone if I choose to. But I've tried to tell y'all in one of those pieces, go back and watch it. I think 2 of these companies having the type of energy that they have, I think it became personal over time. It's the snowball effect. You know what I'm saying? Sooner or later you get to a point where you just totally dislike each other and you don't even know where shit started. The roots of all this stuff is just, for lack of better words, it's like a monopoly attempt, right? It's just never respecting, supporting, and at some times having sabotage ways towards any league that can create noise. It's documented. There's evidence of it. There's statements on it. There's video of it. There's text messages of it. There's phone calls of it. There's statements from subpoenas. That's on. There's all types of shit that are fucking, like, we don't have to do the fucking dancing around it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not do that. Sorry, it's true. Right? So when you have all this type of stuff, and then when I see that Chrome 23 has a lane that they come out in, mostly the ladies for the most part, right? Because they did a co-ed event too, but nothing too crazy. And I predicted it in that October block. And I said it before in the Follow the Imitators series. The moment guerrilla warfare starts doing the crown is an issue. You dub high stakes and all this? Nah. King of the Dot, crazy sponsorship, and these big cards? Nah. RBE, Pearly Gates, Lift His Souls, max outs? Lawsuit. Sorry, it's true. Right? Chrome 23 is no different from all the evidence and all the history that we've seen. It's no different. I shook these same people's hands as well one time. I've seen Organic on stage with these people at one time. I've seen people post Disaster's flyers. Somebody go grab Disaster and ask Disaster if he's been through anything recently. Disaster versus Geechee Gotti, for example. Somebody go ask Diz. I think the thing about the main two companies getting to the point where things feel personal is because I'm outspoken. That's the thing. Everybody else, shut the fuck up, do what I say, get under the wing, get my approvals for dates and battles and bookings and all this type of shit. When guerrilla warfare do what they do on their own or whatever, and ain't no more coast. No, I ain't checking in. Well, I spent my money, my league, free country. Battlers that's calling me, trying to be booked and accepting contracts and money and stuff that the fans want to see. It's an issue. Black Ice Cartel. I had these conversations with John Doe. How many issues does John Doe have? Gracie, Organic, Disaster as of recent. Chrome 23 is no different. It's just about when you're going to do something that's too big, too noisy, too. I'm curious to see if this battle happens. I want it to happen. I'm very, very curious. There's a lot that's tied to it directly and indirectly, whether it happens or it doesn't, that even ties to other leagues. Very curious to see if this battle happens. Chrome 23 is no different. Chrome 23 wants to start booking Cassidy and Murder Mook and Hitman and Geechee and Lux and all this. It'll be the same thing. It just won't feel as personal unless you're outspoken. And I've been like that since day one. I've been a person that's, what? Who? What? Y'all don't know this? And I had to. Because the little guy, right? The only thing I really had was my voice. When you got the big machine and the battlers that'll go against you, shout out Free Surf. Shout out to Surf. That's my God. Y'all always see how I talk about Surf positively, right? We have these conversations off camera about why he did what he did towards RBE. But when you have those things, the energy coming down at you, it's just this one guy that cuts on the camera and says, yo, let me try to correct some of these narratives. Let me try to correct some of these lies. Let me try to put some facts out here. That was a part of our building survival. We've gotten to the point where we're big enough now where we can be successful regardless. But I had to lose money and lose battles and go through sabotage and get my ass kicked and do all and get slapped around and deal with all this shit on the way to getting to a point where we're here regardless. And even still got to deal with shit, right? Still. And put these lawyers next to us to finally have statements that come out and say, oh, by the way, Old Red is signed, but all prior existing obligations will be fulfilled. You know, once upon a time, that shit would never happen. It would be like, yo, fuck whatever you got going on over there. As a matter of fact, here, take this deposit, go give it back to him. I got the proof. It's no different with Remy. Don't matter how many stages you stand on next to it, how much you smile each other's face, shake hands or whatever. It's just about these monopoly attempts of nobody else could look too good or too big, period. It's a very selfish, monopolizing, and from a business, because people will say business, you can't just chalk everything to business. When my type of people, there's ethics. Go ahead and beat me in a 7-game series. Go ahead. I've been saying URL is better than RBE for years. I just said it right now. I don't have the ego towards it. Sorry, it's true. It goes in both directions when you're a real person, right? Go ahead and beat me in a 7-game series. You already did. But if you could beat me in a 7-game series, why are you calling these people and telling them not to do my battles that they contracted for? Why are you offering these people money to jump off my ship? Why is Keyshawn saying the things that he's saying? Why we got these frivolous lawsuits and lies in these lawsuits? Why all the sabotage of asking Ill Will and Einstein and Shotgun Shook and Geechee and all these people like, yo, drop it. I'm going to do this. How many times I got to put the Murder Mook press conference clip out there for y'all? Don't do the whole, oh no, Mook was drinking. Drunk mind speak. He probably would have kept all that shit private if he didn't. I'm glad he fucking was like, yo, you know what? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think he snapped like that? You don't remember? Volume gets turned into Summer Madness the week before, and then you try to do the overseas Summer Madness the week after that when that one gets collapsed because of the passports and all the bookings, blah, blah. All of this for little old art. Chrome 23 is no different. The biggest difference is I'm vocal. And you could even see that within the history of why that's a problem. Look at how other media and other bloggers are handled. Showtime's in here. Shout out to my nigga Vada. Vada, you ever get a phone call about going to other leagues' events? Try to make the bloggers not go to other. I had bloggers, I felt the energy like Rome DMVs or whatnot because they was getting teamed up. You know what I'm saying? How many times do other bloggers talk about compromised media and compromised bloggers? All these bloggers are just making this up. Like, are you guys crazy? No, we just gonna all act stupid. No, it's all very, very real. It's a million instances and a lot of bad karma out there. A lot. So you could see the attempts to control. And I get it. Like that's sometimes just the brute force of trying to dominate. But when it's done in ways that are bad business practices, theft, sabotage, I don't fuck with that. It's beat me in the 7-game series. I'm a cheer with you. Beat me in the 7-game series. You know what I'm saying? Don't put nothing in my water bottle. You know what I'm saying? Don't stick your foot out and trip me and try to break my knee. Just cross me over, go drive down the lane and drop your two. Hitman Holla versus Eazy the Block Captain is easily one of the biggest announcements for 2023, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all could let some of these people do that fake politically correct shit on camera, try to tell you this is business or no, sign up. Eazy, was that your agreement? Curious. I'm also curious that because I call this out too. Battle rap has all these friends, right? Y'all are friends. Y'all really hold each other down. Y'all fuck with each other, right? I called this out on my shit with James the other day. Y'all niggas only fuck with each other when y'all see each other at events. But if Eazy has real friends over there, is anybody gonna stand up for him? Say, I'm like, yo, mouse. I heard a rumor that it's the biggest check he's ever gotten in battle rap. That happens. At a point, I had offered Surf the biggest check that he ever had. He told me. I had the DMs and the text messages of Surf coming to me. Shout out to Surf. Like, yo, what we doing over there? Put me on that max out shit. Yo, I need to get back in front of a crowd. I need to, what's up with this matchup? Yo, call goods. Or like, I don't want to talk too much about Surf because he's not here to fight me back. And it's not a fight. I'm not speaking down. Shout out to Surf. I'll fuck with Surf. Everybody knows I said a million times, even before he got locked up, it's on camera that we really fuck with each other. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the reality of this shit. It's the truth of this shit. There's no friends in business. But here's the thing. If you're Eazy's friend, do you feel like, yo, like rumor has it in the battle rap streets? Because I hear things like everybody else. Rumor has it that this is Eazy's biggest check. Man, put in all this pain over there. Man, can't go get a check. I'll be right back. What you mean? I ain't going nowhere. Like, this is home. Forget that fake shit of like you could only battle on your home league. This is my home league. Who are we kidding? Let's not do the dancing around for politics to try to. My home league is right there, and I keep battling there, and I'm one of the biggest stars over there. I'm gonna go over here real quick. Not as crazy at business. Oh no, but why would somebody want that to happen or whatever? All right, you want to do the legal thing and the business thing? Then what is the agreement? That's my question. What's the agreement? Is the agreement you can't battle on Chrome 23? What's the agreement? I'm curious. I'm asking. Shout out to Remy. Shout out to Chrome 23. I hope the battle goes down. I hope the response from the culture, from Eazy, from Remy, from all the other battlers, because if for nothing else, as a peer of Eazy the Block Captain, as a peer, you should want to see him win, get his big matchups, get his bag, if that's what he wants to do. If you are Easy's peer, and any league owner is trying to do something like that, right? Unless he's fucking over the company, because that happened to me. If you fucking over the company, then right is right, wrong is wrong. But if your agreement ain't that, and I'm not fucking you over, everybody should be like, yo, that's our fellow battler. Or is it the crab in the barrel on the low type of thing? We don't really want to see him get the Hitman battle. Nobody speak out. And once again, that's why I think it turned personal with me. I speak out. Speak out. I don't fear to my memory is what it is because it be all honest. It's very tough to keep up with lies, and I've contradicted a lot of lies that we have in our possession. The Keyshawn situation, from what I seen on I see Keyshawn's live, seems to be about on running. Of course, it's interesting to RBE because we heard the name Daylight come up a couple times. But outside of that, I've seen Sean battle multiple times. I think in his live he said no contract for this person, no blah 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 blah. In certain states, there are certain ties to accepting money. Like, let's say I don't give you a contract and I say, here, hold this money real quick, right? I'm not saying that any company does this. I'm just throwing out an opinion about things that can be happening in business. Fuck the contract. We just going to have this quick conversation. We're going to roll this forward and here, hold some money. If I get caught up in a situation with you where you do something that I don't like, possibly I could speak on that. I could use that. I could give that to a lawyer. I could say, but I gave him some money that he accepted. People don't understand the exchanging of money means something, right? So the thing that I would say about Sean's situation, because I think before he got to New York to battle Jack, but this is all online. Like I saw his live when he was in his car going to the airport and insinuating that there was something funny going on. Then we've seen the tweet before that have saying that this might be my last battle on URL. Like, this is all public. I don't got nothing to do with me. I'm just publicly seeing things the same way y'all are. Got nothing to do with me. I'm just a blogger. I'm on my Piperboy show. I'm just a blogger. All right, a podcaster, whatever. So we see these things and we lead up and the battle doesn't happen, right? And then after that, we're seeing this live come up. And it just seems like Sean is almost saying like there's been things going on and he's been trying to be politically correct. He's been trying to be respectful, but there's been something going on running that he just was trying for the sake of us getting worked or whatever. Me get my bag, us get the work done, complete my whatever. I just didn't want to lash out. I wonder what was his breaking point. It ain't had nothing to do with me. So everybody, Sean on RBE. Like I said, Sean has already been on RBE. He's got a battle over 1 million views already on RBE. So I'm curious what made it be the final breaking point. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like people could walk around like that when they in these situations. Happens in the record industry. People walking around with these certain deals, and the album's not getting put out, the album not getting pushed back, not getting what they want, whatever. And they have these breaking points, and we're all human. It's understandable. But the thing that I have an issue with is, in general, we are abused in our community, in our culture, not just battle rap in general. We are abused within our culture from certain entities knowing that we will not do shit legally. You know how they say nobody really move until, you hit them in the pockets or until you like the bully. When we grew up, there's no such thing as a bully now to a grown man. That's how I feel. Right? There's no such thing as a bully to me. But there was bullies in school. You see certain people, whatever, you know what I mean? They're moving around a certain way, throwing their weight around and shit. The whole thing about the bully mentality or the bully tactics is how many times do we say the bully get punched in the mouth? It's a change of attitude. People will abuse their strength, their perception until they get hit back in the mouth. And in our culture, we have such a thing about never involving. That's my issue with you, Sean. Sean, you my nigga. I've known you for a long time. You know I fuck with you, Sean. There's been times when me and Sean got on the phone and just had like life conversations and whatnot. I fuck with Sean. I fuck with Sean. I got a behind the scenes story when Sean came to our event all frustrated and mad and shit. Me and him had to walk to the side and sort some shit out real quick. Like Sean is really Sean. The same Sean ordered off camera. I'll fuck with that guy. I like Sean. You know what I'm saying? But here's my problem with Sean. Sorry, it's true. I seen some shit that almost alluded to like, not being about that. And our culture sometimes confuses, legalities about our contracts, etc., with jail or prison or you know what I mean? There's not that if I go into court with all of this evidence and shit that I got against you, none of them's gonna end up in jail. Let's say their lawyers go Johnny Cochran mode on my lawyers and they topple my lawyers. I'm not going to jail behind this, So street code is not breached because Sean street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Sean an authentic street nigga. Street code is not breached. One of the main reasons that it's not breached is because we're signing contracts and doing business. If Sean gets on the phone with any league owner, he's gonna tell them that he's about doing good business. Keyword business. See other league owners stressing the word as of recent: business, 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 business. Nobody is, and here's another thing too. Shout out to Disaster. I gotta say it, homie. Disaster had the same thing. It's like I think Diz is under the impression that these legal situations gotta cost you $1 million. First of all, it's different types of lawyers. Like, you go the level of my lawyers and you pay retainers. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't play. Any lawsuit I've ever been in, I want big representation, strong representation. You know what I'm saying? There's also people that do shit pro bono. There's people that work and get paid after. And we're not even talking about that. We're talking about sometimes and I'm not talking about just problems. How about just when I'm going into business? How many battlers do you think have been offered a contract, whether it be from King of the Dot or URL or RBE or Chrome 23, and taken that contract and given it to a lawyer and said, look this over for me real quick. I want this bag. I want this matchup. I want this deal. Look this over for me real quick. 24 hours later, get my contract back. It's good. Word. All right, I'm going to sign it. Cost me $200. How many battle rappers you think have ever done that? Slim to none. Nope. None at all. Zero. It costs y'all a couple $100. Even now, that's just upfront business. Let's talk about if there is an issue, right? I'll use me. Somebody might look at RBE and say, yo, they done financed max out cars. They've been running for 9 years. I know they didn't taking L's along the way. And, ARP has a fireplace. That means that the crib must be $10 million. Fuck a fireplace, right? The perception might be that if I go at you legally, you got a big fight on your hands because now them niggas is playing in some money. It might be true. It might be false. But if I see, going on Chris Unbiased's title for his blog, if I cease and desist you, it only costs you a couple $100 to review that situation and possibly hire a lawyer to respond to that. It might cost you a couple $100. Now we're going into a process now because it's now being submitted in court or there's potential of going to trial. Yeah, now you got to hire somebody. Whether they there pro bono, whether they there to get paid on the back end, or whether they're there based on retainer. Whatever type of lawyer you, some people know lawyers. There's lawyers in battle rap. I think there's a lawyer in King of the Dot, J Pro. There's a lawyer. Sit right next to Organic. I'm surprised Organic. I'm surprised you never used them. Sorry, it's true, real shit. Shout out to my nigga Organic. I'm surprised you never used them. There's lawyers in battle rap. This shit don't gotta be expensive, y'all. Don't let the perception scare you from handling your business, because that's one of the ways that we get. Me saying this right here, people hate that, because nobody wants people to not be scared. People want you to be scared. They want you to be scared to not do what I'm doing right now, not talk, which I've been doing for 9 years. They want you to be scared to not call a lawyer because you're either breaking street code or that lawyer is going to cost $1 million. They want you to be scared that you go over there, you better stay over there. You're never going to come back over here and get that look. They want you to be scared. Fear is a very, very strong tactic. And not enough people are proving that they're not fearful. Stand on shit and fight your fights. I done fought mine for 9 years. Can't nobody ever say on front line. I done fought my fights for 9 years in this shit. Blood, sweat, tears. Real fights too in this shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the street guy. I'm not the tough guy. Well, I don't see nobody standing on nothing and fighting. You just want to end up on a strike 2 card instead? That's the only thing that keeps happening. Come at me, I'm going to flip it into promo. Sean, you do that live, I'm going to then get on an interview and be like, hey, it becomes a storyline. Is he going to be here? Is he not going to be here? I'm going to flip it, because you got to follow up. The expectation is you're going to piss, you're going to moan, and at the end of the day, your ass going to be right back here because you want this check or you want this look. You're going to come right back. That's the expectation, because it's already been seen 1 million times over. That's the expectation. The bully don't get hit enough. I think I've only seen Norbs and ARP hire lawyers. The two not street people. I'm out.